Welcome to Leading the Follower with your host, Rebecca Benston. Good morning and welcome to Leading the Follower. I'm a little late getting this to you as yesterday I was met with some unexpected challenges. When I woke up yesterday morning, I had horrendous pain in my back, and I don't generally have back problems, but for some reason I was having them yesterday, and I'm still having them today, and just did not have the wherewithal to record anything. I didn't have a thought in my head yesterday other than how to stop hurting. So I apologize if you were somehow counting on me being here with an episode for you. I don't really think anyone was, but on the off chance that there is someone out there who waits with bated breath for me to release an episode, that's what was going on. So anyway, I figured I would try it today, and I'm sure it's gonna be a little late when it comes out because I also have other things happening today that I need to take care of. So it'll be a late Tuesday release if I can even get it to come together. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. I hope that your Monday was good. I hope that everybody had a good, restful weekend. I actually had taken yesterday off for the purposes of having just a relaxing day. And all of that kind of went out the window because, well, I was just in too much pain to relax. So I have it under control. I'm just using, the old-fashioned techniques of heat and ice and, a little ibuprofen here, a little acetaminophen there. Nothing fancy. I don't like to take medication, and I hate going to the doctor. So I'm going to see how this plays out, and hopefully I won't have to have significant medical intervention to move past it and all that. That's my prayer, and I'm hoping that it just miraculously goes away. So, today I want to remind you to stop by the Higher Ground Books and Media website and sign up to be a site member. We welcome your praise reports and your prayer requests over there. If you would like to become a member of our community, all you have to do is sign up to be a site member. It's really easy. And that will open up our forum to you so that you can get on and talk with other people in the Higher Ground Books and Media community. We are still building this community and trying to get people signed up. And even though we have people who have signed up, it's difficult to get people to take that first step and just post on the board when nobody else has done it. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Just chime in with something and get a conversation started. We'd love to talk with you about the victories that you have had and the challenges you face. You never know. Maybe we'll have some advice that might lead you in the direction of a resource that will help you through whatever you're going through. We can't give you medical or legal advice, but we can certainly support you in prayer and lift you up and just give you encouragement where you need it. And we have lots of great books in our shop if you'd like to check that out and just see what you need to add to your collection. And we got great children's books, nonfiction, fiction, you name it. We have a whole bunch of our books available on audio. If you are the type of person who would prefer to listen to an audiobook over just reading, because I know for me, audio is much easier. I never have time to sit down with a book these days, and usually when I do, I fall asleep because my days are just full. So being able to listen to something in the background while I work, or while I'm just doing housework or something, that makes life a lot easier. And I'm allowing myself some entertainment or some information or encouragement where I need it as well. So just check out what we have to offer, and get signed up there. Now, on to today's topic. Oh boy, where do I start? Where do I start? If you've read the Bible at all, you may have run across the story of Job, and you're probably aware when someone mentions Job what his story was about how he was tested and all the things that he went through, and how he lost loved ones, and lost his livelihood and everything, and his health, and it was just like a terrible time that he went through, and it was a test of his faith and all, and I'm not going to go into restating the whole story, but if you have a chance, read through that. It's pretty inspiring and extremely encouraging for people who are going through a smaller version of those things that he went through. I hope nobody that I know, or nobody in our audience, is going through any of the things that he went through, because it was awful. But I do know that every week we can have a number of crises come up that make it feel like we're having our own Job moment. We're having a season that feels just like his, but just on a smaller scale. Like you'll have a week where maybe you injure yourself, or maybe you have an unexpected expense, or something breaks, or maybe your kid gets in trouble at school, or I don't know, maybe you get a diagnosis that's not so great and you're having health problems. Maybe you're having problems on your job. Just all of that at once. And it always feels like it all happens at the same time. And what do you do in that situation? How do you stay hopeful, continue to pray, and continue to ask God for intervention when you're feeling like he has completely forgotten you or abandoned you, and is letting the elements just wreak havoc in your life? How do you stay in faith when all of that is going on? Well, faith requires us to continue to hold on to God and his promises when we can't see them. That's the whole basis of faith, is we have no proof. We have no guarantee that it's going to be okay. What we have is our belief that God said that he would take care of us, and our trust that he will do what he said. And that's how we get through it. If we don't have just the smallest bit of faith that God will keep his promises to us, and that he will take care of us if we just hold on to him, life can be very difficult. Because what do you do if you're wandering around dealing with all of these little things, these little catastrophes that come up in your life, and you don't even have an inkling that someone somewhere is on your side? I can't even imagine going through the things that I've gone through and not thinking that I at least had someone who was looking out for me and trying to find a way to help me heal or help me overcome the challenges I was facing. It doesn't stop you from expecting bad things. It doesn't stop you from experiencing bad things. It just stops you from laying down and letting the bad things take over. That's the key. Even when it looks like there's nothing good coming down the road, if we have faith and we look to God and we know what he said to us in the past, and we know what he's done for us in the past, and we hold on to that, and we understand that even if it looks like things are not going to come together, we have not got the answer. He has the answer. And we have to wait for him to show us what he's going to show us. 9 times out of 10, once we get to that point with him and he's ready to let us have our resolution and let us move on to that next level, we can look back and we can say, oh, okay, that's what you meant. That's what you were keeping me from. That's why all of this didn't work out right now. Because I have a tendency to run and run and run. Sometimes God slows me down with an illness or an injury or something. Sometimes he makes it so that I can't run towards something unchecked, because I have a tendency to go even when it's not time for me to go, and that's like one of those things. If you can't listen, you have to feel. It's old parenting philosophy. If you can't slow down, observe everything, and give things time to percolate and get to where they need to be, well, then God sometimes steps in and says, you know what, I'm going to put a barrier right here, because if I don't, you'll find yourself in a very bad place very quickly, and I don't want that for you, because that would set you back, and your momentum is great, but it's too much for this particular step. So have patience, have faith, wait for the opportunity to present itself in my time, he says to us, not in yours, and everything will be okay. So that's where we're at. That's what we need to do. Now, in my opinion, there's really not a whole lot that's harder than waiting on God. And when he knows that waiting is difficult for us, boy, it seems like he employs that so very often. It seems like if God knows that is not our strength, he really works with us until we develop that muscle, until it becomes obvious to him that we have stopped acting stupid and we're ready to take another step. So my advice to you is, if you are dealing with a Job-like season in your life, maybe it's time to just stand still for a few moments, maybe a few days. Maybe you need to just sit, go to the bench, sit this one out, wait and see what he has for you. Let him dictate the steps you take each and every day. We don't do that. We say we do that, but we need to really do it. We need to really allow him to guide our steps, and not just say that he's guiding our steps and then walk in whatever direction we think we would like to go. We really need to be serious about that and understand the importance of actually walking, as we say we're walking. So, if you're dealing with that, take a moment, make sure you're praying, make sure you're talking with God, you're having your conversations with him. Make sure that you are letting him guide you, and make sure that you are not steering things in a direction you want, because he's taking too long. You have to give him the time to do what he does, and then he'll let you do what you can do. So I hope that makes sense, and that it didn't really sound like a lecture. I just know that for me, it's the hardest thing to wait and wait and wait, and then wait some more. I just am so impatient. I've always been. I like to make things happen. And when they're not happening, I get frustrated. And when I get frustrated, I make stupid mistakes. I mess things up. So he's still working with me a lot on that. And, I know for those out there who can relate to that, you get what I'm saying. Be patient. Have faith. Stay connected to him. And allow him to move you forward. He will. And it will be good when he does. I hope you have a great rest of your week and that you come back here on Friday. God willing, I will be able to do another episode. If not, I'll let you know what's going on as soon as I can. Prayers are always appreciated as I am going through this painful experience that I'm having. But I do have faith that he'll get me through this, and this was just a bump in the road, and everything will be fine soon. So, have a great rest of your week, great rest of your day, and take care. God bless. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out our website and blog. The blog is at www.leading-the-follower.com. Thanks and God bless.